CKSP 600 AM ਸ਼ੇਰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਔਰ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਸਮੀਰ ਕੌਸ਼ਲ। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਮੈਂ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਹੋਣਗੇ। ਕੱਲ੍ਹ BC ਦੀ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਮਹੱਤਵਪੂਰਨ ਇੱਕ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਂਦਾ ਗਿਆ ਔਰ BC ਦੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਨਾਊਂਸਮੈਂਟ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ ਨਵੇਂ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਦੀ, ਇਹ ਸੈਕਸਟੋਰਸ਼ਨ ਜਾਂ ਰਿਵੈਂਜ ਪੋਰਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਮਾਮਲਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੈ। ਔਰ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੈਕਸਟੋਰਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਕੇਸ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਵਿਅਕਤੀ ਦੇ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕੁਝ ਤਸਵੀਰਾਂ, ਨਿੱਜੀ ਤਸਵੀਰਾਂ, ਪਰਸਨਲ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕੁਝ ਪਿਕਚਰਸ ਜਾਂ ਵੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ 'ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੰਸੈਂਟ ਤੋਂ ਬਗੈਰ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਥਿਤ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਬਲੈਕਮੇਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਪਬਲਿਕਲੀ ਹਰਾਸ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੇ ਹਾਦਸੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ। ਅਸੀਂ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਕੁਝ ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ 15 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੱਕ ਲੜਕੀ ਸੀ ਅਮੈਂਡਾ ਟੌਡ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਔਨਲਾਈਨ ਹਰਾਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਸੈਕਸ਼ੁਅਲੀ ਐਕਸਟੋਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਉਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਾਨ ਲੈ ਲਈ। ਔਰ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਸਰੀ RCMP ਵੱਲੋਂ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਇੱਕ ਅਲੈਜਡ ਸੈਕਸਟੋਰਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਮਾਮਲਾ, ਜਿਹਦੇ 14 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਲੜਕਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਯੰਗ ਹਾਕੀ ਪਲੇਅਰ ਰੋਬਿਨ ਜੰਜੂਆ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਵੀ ਸੁਸਾਈਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਕਈ ਗੰਭੀਰ ਮਾਮਲੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਹਦੇ 'ਤੇ BC ਦੀ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਹ ਸਟੈਪ ਲਿਆ ਗਿਆ। ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸੂਬੇ ਦੇ ਅਟਾਰਨੀ ਜਨਰਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਨੇ, ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਨਿੱਕੀ ਸ਼ਰਮਾ ਜੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਗੁੱਡ ਮਾਰਨਿੰਗ ਅਟਾਰਨੀ ਜਨਰਲ ਸ਼ਰਮਾ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ ਫॉर joining us at this hour.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Ms. Sharma, if you can tell us how serious are these sextortion cases and how the BC government is, trying to curb this menace?
Yeah, unfortunately, what we know is that these types of illegal activities are on the rise, and our young people are subject to all these online threats. And the bottom line is that we as a government need to do everything we can to protect young people from these types of crimes and the bad people that are on the line that want to exploit young children. And so this legislation that I introduced yesterday is going to give us more tools in our justice system to go after these people and also take down the material. So if somebody is distributing online something that is an image of a person, it could be even an altered image, it will give our justice system the tools to take it down.
So how this law going to work? Do they have to go through the courts, or is there a power which has been given to the police agencies?
Well, it's a combined effort between the police, the Crown Council, but this particular piece of legislation is really victim focused. So if it's a young person or an adult that's being threatened by somebody, or has an image of themselves that's circulating, they can go to a very easy online process that's anonymous. So they don't have to disclose their name, and they can get an order from this process, the Civil Resolution Tribunal, that orders the takedown of that material. So then it goes to the person, the perpetrator that was doing it. They have then a legal responsibility to take down all those materials and stop distributing it. So the process that we put in place had people like Amanda Todd in mind, who tragically lost her life from suicide, or the people that are exploited, so that they would have the tools and make it really easy for them to access the tools to protect themselves.
I think in order to get the successful results, the victim should come out and they should register the cases. How many such cases are being registered in our province on annual or quarterly basis?
Unfortunately, what we know is that a lot of people don't come forward and they suffer in silence. Sometimes there can be shame associated with this, and I want to send a clear message to any young person that's out there right now that's being taken advantage of, that feels the shame, that you have a system of support that's ready to be there for you and you don't have to suffer in silence. We're doing what we can to protect you with this legislation, and there's people there that can offer support. So really it's about making the tools stronger to protect these people.
And what is the provision in such a case if a picture or video is being published or shared from a foreign land?
Yes, so this gives us the courts the power to issue injunctions and court orders in order to take down stuff on social media platforms. And this is in concert with all these other jurisdictions and some websites out there that will really assist in taking down materials on an international level. And as you know, with Amanda Todd's case, we're strengthening our tools in order to hold people account across border.
So what is your message for the parents as well? How they can gain the trust of their kids in case if they are suffering or if they are victim of this sextortion or porn revenge cases?
Yeah, so I want all parents to know that the government is on their side and that we're doing what we can to protect their children. We are putting in these tools to help get legal tools to take down these types of images and stop distributing them. But we're also making sure there's support and help for those children that are doing that. And we have a whole bunch of supports in BC that are there to help you. We'll be doing an educational program in schools and other organizations so people know that this is they don't have to suffer in silence and that it's not their fault and that they do have options in order to stop this type of thing.
So in case to get the judicial help or, the help from the experts, do they just need to go to the police station or call the police to get the help, or do they have to hire a lawyer?
Thanks for that question. It's really important. It's an online process. So what we're planning on launching as soon as the legislation passes and gets up and running is an online process. So you can do it. You just need the internet. You can look and figure out what your legal options are, what supports are out there, file an application with the Civil Resolution Tribunal, which is an online process. So it's really accessible to people. And, what we've made it really accessible for kids. So one of the things is if a kid has a teacher or another guardian that could help them do the process, then that's another option. So we're really trying to make it as accessible as possible. It's not a criminal process. It's not going to the police. It's not pressing charges in that way. It's a way to get a legal order to get your images taken down and to protect yourself, and then see damages. So go after the people that did it.
Is there going to be any kind of penalty or any kind of punishment or any kind of consequence for the perpetrators?
Well, this will give, first of all, if a victim gets an order to take down, then the perpetrator has to stop distributing and has all these illegal orders on them to actually collect all the images that were distributed. But then there's also a claim that can be made in a courtroom for any of the damages suffered. So that would mean that it would be a monetary payment to the victim. So it's really, I want to make it clear to anybody who's thinking of doing this or is doing this right now, distributing somebody's images without their consent, that there are new legal tools in this legislation to go after them that started as of yesterday when we introduced the legislation.
All right. Ms. Sharma, thank you so much for your time and for sharing this wonderful announcement from you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me anytime.
I appreciate it.